Learn to make these 3 cocktails at home and your friends will instantly think you're a professional bartender. What's up, home bartenders? Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 awesome cocktails that sound super fancy, taste delicious, but are actually pretty easy to make. You ready? Let's do it.
We're going to start with the Southside. Okay, so this one starts with 2 ounces of gin, any dry gin. I'm using a local gin from Dunrobin Distillery here in Ottawa. After that, we're doing a 3/4 ounce of simple syrup and about an ounce of lemon juice. Some of these recipes say lime juice, some say lemon and lime. I'm just gonna go lemon today, but you have fun with that. And then what makes this different than a standard gimlet is we're adding mint. About 5 to 7 leaves, we'll keep one for our garnish. No need to muddle because we're gonna add ice and that violent shaking action is gonna extract lots of flavor from the mint. All right, in a Nick and Nora, garnish with that mint leaf.
The Southside. Like I said, some people use lemon, some people use lime, some people use both. I've seen recipes with all of them. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it. It's gonna taste very similar regardless of which citrus you use. There'll be some slight variance, but whatever you have. Oh, that's good. This is not one I've made very often. I don't think I've ever made it on the channel, but I have had it. But it's remarkable how good it is. I'm not the biggest fan of gimlets. I find them just plain. I always think of a gimlet as just a gin daiquiri, but a daiquiri to me works better with rum. Rum and sugar and lime, you don't need anything else. That works amazingly. Gin, it's almost like something's missing. Mint. Mint is what it's missing. So the Southside is, yeah, it's just an upgraded gimlet. And this is really nice. Hey guys, we make all sorts of cocktail videos, homemade liqueur, stuff like that on the channel. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you get notified when we release new content. Also, we have a membership section now and a Patreon. So if you like the channel, if you want to contribute to the channel, make sure you hit that little join button down there and check that out. Otherwise, guys, let's get back to the video.
For our next one here, we're doing the Paper Plane. Okay, this is an equal parts cocktail, so easy to remember, 3/4 ounce of everything, starting with bourbon. I've got Bullet bourbon going in here. Up next, we have Amaro Nonino. This is one that it's hard to substitute. I don't think there's a good substitute for Amaro Nonino. Aperol next. Ooh, my bottle is a little stuck. The sugar got stuck there. I haven't used it in a while. So Aperol next. And then finally, some lemon juice. So yeah, equal parts of everything. We're gonna give that some ice, give it a good shaky shake. It's gonna go into a coupe or a Nick and Nora, and no garnish on this one, although you could do a lemon peel or a little paper plane if you're fancy.
The Paper Plane. This is probably the one that has the weirdest ingredients on our list today, but to be honest, the only weird one is Amaro Nonino. If you've got a home bar, you've got bourbon. That's a given. You've got lemon juice, of course. You've got Aperol, which if you're making like Aperol spritzes, you gotta have Aperol. The only weird one will be the Nonino. But trust me, get it. It's an awesome Amaro. Plenty of uses for it. All right, Paper Plane. Ooh, man, that's good. It's incredibly refreshing. Equal parts, so it's not spirit heavy. So it is very easy drinking. Very refreshing. It has a bitter undertone, but it's not a bitter cocktail because Nonino and Aperol are definitely among the least bitter of the whole kind of class of Amaros. So yeah, it's got that kind of bitter quality, but it's not bitter. But it does have those nice herbal citrus notes that Amaros have, and oh, so good. And it's one of those like kind of posh cocktails. So that's why I made the list for this video, because it's one of those cocktails where you make this and people think, oh, this guy knows his cocktails. Because it's definitely one of those. But it's a posh cocktail that's also very good. Some of them are like the Aviation, very posh cocktail. It's not the greatest. It's fine, I enjoy it, but this is really nice.
Lastly, the Penicillin. Learn to make this one. It's basically an upgraded whiskey sour. We've got 2 ounces of blended scotch, whatever blended scotch you have. I'm using this nice smoky Big Pete. Then we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of ginger liqueur. That's homemade. You can check out that recipe. Otherwise, you can use just ginger syrup. And then a little bit of honey syrup as well. The original recipe actually called for a ginger honey syrup, but who's gonna keep that on hand and keep those mixed? So I keep them separate. Lemon juice, Give that a good shaky shake into a rocks glass with some fresh ice. And then we're gonna float some single malt Islay Scotch. I'm using Ardbeg 10 here. I'm not even gonna measure, just put a little bit on top, garnish with a lemon peel and some candied ginger.
The Penicillin, basically like an upgraded whiskey sour or Scotch sour, very smoky, and it just works really well with the ginger and the honey. Oh, and that nose, pure Islay. If you love Islay Scotch, love smoky Scotch, yeah. Oh man, I love that cocktail. Ooh, it is sweet. It is tart. You got the lemon, you got the honey syrup, you got the floral and spicy ginger notes from the ginger liqueur, or if you're using ginger syrup, and floral from the honey. But then just that overwhelming peaty smoke. Oh, it's amazing. And it's funny because some recipes will say don't use your blended Scotch. Don't use a peated blended Scotch. You don't have to because you're going to be pouring some Islay on top afterwards, some single malt on top afterwards. But I say, why not? I mean, if this is meant to be a smoky drink, you may as well go all out on the smoke. So that's why I like to use a blended Scotch that is nice and peated and strong on its own, and then we just top it off with the single malt. Used Ardbeg today, Lagavulin works, Laphroaig works, whatever you have. And this is just, an absolutely phenomenal drink. Wow. So guys, these were 3 cocktails that will instantly level you up as a home bartender, and I'm gonna rate them now. In first place, my favorite, the Penicillin. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone who knows me. I love smoky cocktails, and this is like the king of smoky cocktails. Second place, this one's kind of a toss-up, but I think I'm gonna give it to the Southside. There's something about the mint and the gin that just works really well, and then the citrus and the syrup just kind of give it that sweet and sour element. Yeah, it's a perfect way to enjoy gin, especially in the summer, which we're heading that direction, even though it's still snowy outside where I am. But in the summer, great drink. And in last place, but still a fantastic drink, the Paper Plane. This is probably the second best equal parts cocktail. The first one, obviously, The Last Word and that whole family of cocktails, but second to that, I would give it to the Paper Plane. Just a very, very nice cocktail. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. So these were cocktails to level you up. But if you want to see the top 10 cocktails that you should know at your home bar, check out this video right here. Otherwise, we have a whole compilation of top 10 this, top 10 that. So if you want to see all of those, we've got a playlist right here. Otherwise, we will see you in the next one. Cheers, everyone.